Is the beef squashed? Are they friends? Do you have any sourcing on this information? People want to know.
Everything is status quo. Status quo. I think. Listen, I just don't think they're ever going to get to a point where they're like good with each other. I think there's always going to be certain element of discontentment among them. And again, I think it's petty, but there's a part of me that kind of cringes at that, and at the same time kind of likes the pettiness.
You get both sides. You can get both sides. I understand both sides.
I just wish that, they keep mixing it up, which is the way they do. There's some days like the other day where it looked like, hey, maybe they've kind of made bygones be bygones, but then you realize, nah, they still petty.
Right.
They still petty. Yeah, I can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that.
They did it for the people.
Exactly. For the people! I think you're muted, Gary.
Yeah. I think, it was a little bit confusing because what got out was the video when Ray was introduced, and then Garnett was like taking deep breaths, and everybody
he didn't clap. Paul Pierce clapped a little bit.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, is he blowing Ray off, or is Ray blowing him off? And then so that was confusion there. Then Pierce, it wasn't Bleacher Report. Pierce put that photo on his Instagram page.
Got it. Okay. Oh, and they reposted, of course.
Yes, yeah. So let's credit Paul Pierce's Instagram.
Thank you for that.
It was Pierce's Instagram page that he posted in like the 6th of 10 photos. So
that makes it a bigger deal, though, that he posted it. Yeah.
Exactly. He posted the photo. So obviously someone either he knew took it or someone sent it to him or through his camera phone, he had it taken. The fact that Kevin even took the picture, I think, is major progress. Right. Secondly, Kevin was smiling. Okay. So either Kevin put on a big front for his boy or Kevin softened a little bit. Now, the question is, was the picture taken before or after the introduction? Was it taken in when they were back there, or was it taken before when they were doing photo shoots? Right. Because if you look at all the pictures, there was, all the Laker players that were 75. There was a picture. Paul had a picture of the 3 Oakland point guards, Kidd, Peyton, and Damon Lillard. Like there were all types of segmented pictures. All the 76ers, Dr. J, Iverson.
There was a Celtics one with Cat where he decided to photobomb as well.
Yeah, exactly. There was a Celtics one where Tatum got in with, there was all these like segmented, Magic took one with Jordan. So obviously they were all doing photos. So if it was taken during then all of a sudden Ray blew him off, or he felt like, who knows? Yeah. I think the picture is a major situation because Kevin doesn't do anything on accident or to be nice. So Kevin had to want to do it because if not, they would have taken pictures at the Hall of Fame, whatever. When Paul was introduced into the Hall of Fame, Kevin obviously introduced him because you get a fellow Hall of Famer to kind of introduce you, right? When Paul got off the stage and Chris Bosh came up and Ray was on the stage, like Kevin left. Okay, Kevin was not around for the post when the ceremony ended where guys were taking pictures. All the Heat people were taking pictures with Bosh and Allen. Like Kevin was inexplicably gone. Kevin left. I was looking for Kevin. So there was going to be no one to get him and Paul together, who are now all in the Hall of Fame and go, hey, Hall of Fame. Like you would think, and maybe the 75 thing has softened Kevin up a little bit because to get him to take that picture, and I know Kevin, okay, that's not no accident. Yeah. There was a reason why he took it. Now, was it a favor to Paul? Who knows, whether Paul was like, come on, man, please, like, because Kevin was smiling in that picture.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a major situation because everybody, the whole narrative all Monday afternoon was, oh, Kev still got major beef. Look what happened. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of the afternoon, Paul posts all these pictures from the weekend, which includes like picture 6 of 10 pictures on Instagram, him, Kevin, and Ray. Yeah. So maybe that's a progress. We'll see what happens March 13th. Will Ray come to the Garnett retirement ceremony? Will he be invited? Will he feel comfortable enough to come? We'll see. I think Ray wants no smoke. I think, let's be honest, folks, it's been 10 years. Okay, 10 years. We've lost 1 million lives to COVID. So many things have happened. So many people are gone in the last decade. Kevin, it happened. Ray won a chip with Miami, so it wasn't like, it was a useless move or y'all lost when you left. We could and people don't understand. I've explained to people for years. Okay, here's the situation. Danny dangled Ray in a trade to Memphis. Okay, Ray remembered that. Danny could have extended Ray during that 11-12 season. He didn't. Danny then signed Jason Terry. So remember, Avery Bradley was emerging, and Doc was starting Bradley over Allen. So here comes an emerging Avery Bradley, and also you signed Jason Terry. What position is Ray going to play?
Yeah.
And then Danny had that BS, Ray and Jason can play together on really, you're going to play two shooting guards who don't defend well at the same time? Unless you trust, really? How are they all going to play together? That was the whole thing. Then
that was his opening.
Yeah, then they offered Ray, Ray took half the money. Ray went down to Miami, had dinner with Mickey Arison and Pat Riley, got calls from LeBron and D Wade, and that was a wrap. I can't blame Ray entirely for leaving Boston. Because I talked to Ray during that season, and Ray was like, dude, they're not restricted to they could re-sign me today. They didn't. They waited last minute. Danny made some mistakes during his era. That, and then remember, folks, Tony Allen, Tony wanted 3 years, $9 million guaranteed. Danny gave him 2 years and $6 million.
No, pay that man.
With a third year as a team option. Why he go to Memphis? Memphis guaranteed the third year. All Tony wanted was $3 million a year. $3 million kept the Celtics from bringing Tony Allen back. And Tony had a good 3, 4, 5 more years in him before he slowed down, right? He helped build Grindhouse. So sometimes Danny made mistakes. And that was a situation that if he really wanted Ray back, he would have signed it. Now, was it not all that great for him in terms of team relations to go to the arch rival? Yeah, could he have went, would it have been better if he went to Charlotte or something? Of course. But people think Ray just blew off the Celtics. The Celtics had plenty of opportunity to re-sign Ray. And then the straw that broke Camel's back was signing Jason Terry.
Yeah.
Ray is like, oh, you signed another, basically top 10 all-time three-point shooter? And I'm supposed to be cool with that? And this is not the Steph Warriors where you could put 5 shooters or 4 shooters on the floor and Draymond. This was still a traditional NBA with a big man, Perk, with Garnett, with Pierce. So you're going to play Perk, Garnett, Pierce, or whoever the big man is, and then play Allen and Jason Terry. And then you got to put in Avery somewhere because Avery was 22 years old at the time, just kind of getting into his prime. Avery didn't have a great prime, but Doc liked Avery because he defended the hell out of he defended everybody, and he was good. He was emerging. So Ray was already losing minutes his last year. So there's a lot going on there. Now, could Ray have called Paul and Kevin and said, "Hey, fellas, this is what I'm thinking about doing"? I think he could have reached out to them and had one big collective Zoom conversation or whatever it was back then.
Right.
Group text or 3-way call and
a letter.
Yeah, and figured it out.
They sent emails through AOL.
Yeah, stop it, Kwani.
You got mail.
I know, Kwani. In 2019 or 2012, you were 19.
Just like Jason Tatum's 19 now.
Yeah, just like Jason Tatum. You were Jason Tatum.
Yeah, same age.
So you were a freshman at BC. Yeah. So that's the thing. That's what I think happened. But it's time to end this beef. Bring the 08 team back for a reunion. Mm-hmm. Have everybody make friends. We done lost people to COVID. It's just too much now. Like this whole beefing, it was cute and people like that intrigue, but let it go. It's over.